And for the record, after we help you with this, we want you to help us with Wu-Tang.
No problem.
By the way, Paul LaRue, one of my least favorite Satoshi candidates.
It appears that somebody has one of Hal's private keys. Yes, fact one. Yeah, looks like that. Which seems like a psyop, by the way.
By the way, Paul LaRue, one of my least favorite Satoshi candidates.
If you input Hal's address and the message, the text message that was signed, and the signature into Bitcoin Core wallet, and you hit verify, and it gives you the green okay, then it matches technically.
Like shrink it. Senior to this is tennis.
Can I?
Like ping pong and tennis combined.
Can I interrupt?
No.
If you have to ask.
Was that Andy?
No, it's Shkreli.
What's up?
Shkreli.
Do y'all know the 𝗏𝗡𝗍𝗏 Satoshi first transaction?
Yeah.
That address and the signature I have decrypts to a message that I confirmed is signed by the private key holder of that address. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong here, if anything, but it's very spooky.
So who sent it to you?
The message is, this transaction was made by Paul LaRue to 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗏 on January 12th, 2009.
This sounds like you're getting conned.
Well,
Paul LaRue is one of the Satoshi candidates.
Oh, I know that, but the point is that it does decrypt correctly. Could you fake?
Yeah, fuck all that. Yo, what are you doing with the Wu-Tang album? And do you like
Satoshi?
Yeah. Martin, where did this signature come from?
I'll tell you that. I have no problem telling you that. But I'm trying to figure out, how does this private key, which, I guess I can try to post it, but it's on my Substack.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, the signature, the address, and the message all match. Yeah, so I'm not trying to, I think that maybe the most likely explanation now is somebody has Hal's key and is signing a fake message. I mean, that's possible.
I see the proof right here. Okay, 1 second.
Well, even if that's the case, somebody has Hal's key and they're signing messages with it. That's a news story in and of itself.
It is.
Do you know this person?
Not well.
Sketchy.
It is sketchy.
Yeah, definitely is sketchy. This is on the cell partner? Is the key. Yeah, as I was saying.
Okay.
Probably.
This is... Alright, I have my code, so I'll tell you what. It looks like it's a valid signature. I have Bitcoin signature stuff on my local machine in the event this computer got compromised. So if you give me another 6 minutes, I can 100% verify this.
Okay.
Can you explain the process, what was sent to you and how it was sent?
Someone reached out to me and said that they knew who Satoshi was, and I said, well, tell me who then. And they said, Paul LaRue. And I said, that's not news. A lot of people think Satoshi's Paul LaRue. And they said, I have proof. I said, well, if you have proof, then show me the proof. And they said, no, I want you to tell me you're Martin Shkreli first. And I thought I was getting fished or something. Then they gave me this cryptographic proof. And it certainly seems
Wait, what is this cryptographic proof? Is it a PGP?
It's a signed message. It's a signed message. It's valid. It's a valid signed message.
Okay, but what's it encrypted to and stuff? I'm trying to get the finer details, Rob. Was it sent and encrypted to your email or sent to this Paul LaRue?
This means that somebody with Hal's keys signed a message saying this. That's
correct.
Or Paul's keys.
But no, Paul's keys aren't involved in this.
Hal's keys.
If this message says this transaction was made, blah 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 blah, does that not infer that it was attached to that transaction somehow?
No.
On a chain?
No, it's not an on-chain message. This is a digital signature. ECDSA.
Yeah, it's definitely not strong Satoshi proof, because if you want strong Satoshi proof, you gotta move from the Genesis block. You know what I mean? But it's interesting that somebody might have Hal's key and is signing with it.
And what Bitcoin address was it signed with?
The receiving address of the first transaction in Bitcoin history.
Wait, so
the implication there would be that it was
No.
Let Rob take it.
Okay, hold on. I looked at the address. It is a valid signature. This address did not get a deposit in the first time until 2013. This is not... The money, though, is coming from a signature that was until 2013. Yeah, this is not Satoshi.
Hold on. Why, if you look at the block explorer that I looked at on blockchain.com, it does say 2009-111.
So the message, the address belonging to the signature is 1Q2TWH.
Correct.
Right? So if I'm looking at that right now, I'm looking at that on a different block explorer, but I'm going to double check it in a second on the block stream. I'm going to check.
Please double check it because I see on blockchain.com.
This address looks like it was used as recent as this year. Like somebody's been reusing this address a bunch.
This address has been used since 2013. I don't see this address having used beforehand.
You don't see the 11119?
No, because that's not associated with this address. You're looking on blockchain.info?
Blockchain.com, yeah.
Blockchain.com, okay.
And for the record, after we help you with this, we want you to help us with Wu-Tang.
No problem.
Also, don't use blockchain.com for your block explorer, dude. Terrible. Just don't use it. It leaks a lot of data. Use a different block explorer.
So I'm looking, there's 9 total transactions. You see the same thing, right?
Yeah, the last one?
10 Bitcoin on the 12th of January 2019.
2009.
Oh, I do see this now. Okay, so it received money. Okay, that's weird. Why don't I not see that on Blockstream's block explorer?
Is it like some early script form that's not
It's
working properly?
a paid-to-public key, Vic. It's a paid-to-public key. That'd probably be why?
Maybe? I don't know. Like, I hope our Explorer, like, ElectRS and all that understands P2PK. Like, I don't think... Like, do you think they just phased it out and they only have P2PKH?
So is this address, was this the address that 𝗩𝗏𝗘𝗢 received the first
Correct.
coins on?
All right, so I found it is from 2000. It just says paid-to-public key. Oh, my God. Vic, you got to talk to your engineers. It just says paid-to-public key. I can't look at the address.
They
I
claim
can
that.
absolutely confirm that it's not on any node I have. I tried on several new devices, and this transaction doesn't show up, so that's very weird.
This transaction, there's no transaction. This is a...
No, the first transaction to that address doesn't show up. Most of the local nodes I have don't have it, the 2009
it was so
address,
close to
but it shows up on several other explorers, so
Sorry,
that could
this
be it.
This is somebody on Discord. So, yeah, I'm assuming that not every blockchain explorer has it, maybe because of its proximity to the Genesis block. I think any good explorer would have
You would have it then.
the first one, right?
Blockchain.
Right.
This is
like, unrelated.
It's probably not parsing it right.
This address has been used continually for years on end, so it's more than likely this
Well,
key has just been leaked.
Could it be that it was related to the inflation bug or something like that, and it's a rest on some explorers or something? Because it's very weird.
It's somebody from my Discord. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is what, it's incredibly suspect. If you look at this address on the block explorer, and like, why are there 5 million transactions going up until...
Is it like one of the well-known private keys like bacon, bacon, bacon?
No, it's not.
Yeah, well, I think what this may reveal is that 𝗩𝗏𝗘𝗢's keys are well-known.
Yeah, Martin, listen, no offense to you, but like it is, somebody who's like, I have incontrovertible proof.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that, right? Yeah,
you're the last. You're not one of the guys I'd go to.
I'm with you 110%. I'm still very surprised that message is signed by the private key. Very odd.
Well,
It's
look,
kinda like how
you
other
can
nodes
go
think, and
you can
you
go
do
in
that.
forums and buy private keys for very old mining addresses. Like you and 1,000 other people will buy them, but you will be able to sign a message.
Right.
Well, it's like, yeah, I have a coin sitting on my desk that has a 2011 UTXO on it. You know what I mean? But this one is specifically linked to HAL, right?
Yes.
So in summary, basically, someone who has 𝗩𝗏𝗘𝗢𝗏 keys is claiming Paul LaRue is Satoshi.
That's in essence right.
By the way, Paul LaRue, one of my least favorite Satoshi candidates. Yeah, he would not be a good one.
So we don't deny the authenticity of the signature matching. Is that fair?
Rob, what do you think?
Yeah, but I don't know how meaningful it is.
That's not what I asked.
No, I get it. I get it. I'm saying yes, and I'm also saying, but it may not be meaningful.
Yeah, no, that's
Rob,
perfectly fine.
Rob, what is your gut? What is your gut?
Two different questions, right?
If you input 𝗩's address and the message, the text message that was signed, and the signature into Bitcoin Core Wallet, and you hit verify, and it gives you the green OK, then it matches technically.
So looking up that address on OTX, it does say that it is 𝗏𝗡𝗍𝗍𝗔𝗟𝗏 wallet, and it received the first 10 sats ever sent. But it also says that transaction, that address has had activity since 𝗏 died. So someone obviously has the keys to it.
Yes, the theory it's his family. But yeah, I think, again, somebody has 𝗏's keys, and either the signature was made 2 weeks ago, or, the signature was made 10 years ago, and we just don't know.
Yeah, it was definitely 2 weeks ago, I think.
Right.
Was there an estate sale and that was sold as an asset?
I was trying to think that through, because remember, Hal invented PGP, right? I mean, this guy wasn't just throwing his keys around.
Well, we know he definitely threw them around to his kids.
His kids and his wife.
Yeah, it sounds like they may have sold them. Well, I don't have proof that they sold them, but they could have sold it, because someone could have offered them money to buy the private key to that, and then subsequently, you as the owner of that could resell it to anybody as long as you want, as many times as you want.
Yeah, the address was last seen on the blockchain on October 3rd, 2022. So
you're saying there's a lot of people that have access to these private keys potentially?
Yeah, it sounds like the odds that this is any evidence of Satoshi is slim to none.
Assuming it's not, but it clearly is. How it sounds like you're at Mike Alfred's house again. It doesn't seem like it verifies. It doesn't really give veracity to his claim. I still don't see the connection.
It could be like a single key that leaked, right?
Yeah.
I've read about this transaction for the last 10 years. This is, right, literally the first.
Maybe
Are those multi-sig signatures on the most recent transactions? Like I don't have the Explorer in front of me. I can't tell. Whoever's looking it up, are those multi-sig or are they straight up UTXO movement in and out?
Did anyone check to see if there's like an op return or something in that transaction where he could have stuffed like a hash of that message?
There's the odds of that being the case are basically zero. Just think about it. If that were the case, someone would have found it a long time ago, not today.
What's the size of coin transactions, let's say the last dozen transactions that are there? How much coins are being transacted?
the current balance in that address is 6,969 sats. It has transacted a total of 10 Bitcoin over its lifetime from 2009 to 2022.
6969?
That is correct.
Yeah, that's just dust or messages being sent to the address and paying the smallest required amount to have the transaction process.
I guess, I'm reading an article about how you can fake signatures.
No, it's not a fake signature. It's a real signature. Someone just has some of his keys.
If you do the signature wrong, you can leak your private key. Like if you reuse the
that's right.
value.
Wait, so somebody? Okay, let's get the facts of the case straight. It appears that somebody has one of Hal's private keys. Yes, fact one.
Yeah, looks like that.
And they signed a transaction with that key saying that Paul LaRue is Satoshi. Is that fact too?
A message, but it's effectively the same.
Yeah, signed a message. Sorry, I said key. Signed a message saying Paul LaRue is Satoshi. So it seems obvious to me that somebody has Hal's key and is trying to push this weird message, which seems like a psyop, by the way. Like this would be a very convenient time with all the SBF money laundering stuff and crypto in the news for Paul LaRue to be a Satoshi candidate that's promoted.
Is Paul LaRue?
We also have to take Shkreli's word for it too.
Right. Yes, and Martin, you're like the worst messenger on earth.
Yeah. So it's not.
Martin, are these texts available somewhere where I could plug them into a full node without going to anybody's hosted blockchain explorer and run a verification? Has anyone done that?
You have everything that I have. Well, anyway, that's my Satoshi stream. Summary, I suppose, is somebody signed a message with 𝗏𝗡𝗍𝗍𝗔𝗟𝗏 private key. And it's likely that it was not 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗏, but largely some elaborate sort of prank. It's possible the Finneys sold their legendary cryptographer father's key to somebody and signed the message. That's about all I've got. So I'll reach out to the Finneys, as much as I don't want to bother a dead person's family over something like this, but at the same time, it's been a long time, and this is part of history more than anything else. I'm sure they would not like to be told that somebody is doing this kind of thing with their father's thing, but